What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So in today's video, we're just going to be talking about the brand new anniversary Sugo-Fest. We got the information on it yesterday following the maintenance period. There was a data download that did put in all of the new batch characters, Kaido, Speed, Hold'em, and Jack, including the Sugo-Fest as well. Now, since that information has come to light, many people on the global side of the game have shown their dismay of the upcoming anniversary Sugo-Fest, myself included. I think that this upcoming anniversary Sugo-Fest is an absolute slap in the face, considering what we've had previously, not even just last year, but even the year before that with Legend Lucy release. Even that Sugo-Fest, in my opinion, had way more hype built around it, and the structure of the Sugo-Fest was much better compared to what we have for the Kaido Sugo-Fest. So in this video today, what I've done is I've actually created an infographic where we're going to be going through the steps from last year's anniversary Sugo-Fest and compare them to what we have this year, just to show you guys how bad this structure is for the upcoming Kaido release. This might seem like a little bit of like a complaining video and a rant video, but I think it's warranted, considering this is the anniversary of One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, the 5th anniversary, mind you. And the fact that we've taken a step backwards in terms of the Sugo-Fest structure is a slap in the face, as I said. Considering what has been going on in the past couple of months, including the big glitch situation, and the Stampede celebration. To be quite fair, the Stampede celebration went over very, very well and was a successful celebration. Bullet and Stampede Luffy release was fantastic. All of the free-to-play stuff, including Kizuna, the raid bosses, the Fujitora event, in my opinion, it was great. However, now we're moving into the Wano celebration now with Kaido, and they've started off extremely poorly with this horrendous Sugo-Fest. So let's take a little trip down memory lane and go through last year's anniversary Sugo-Fest, which was the debut of V1 Big Mom, Legend Brook, and also with a global first legend, Quick Whitebeard. So this specific banner is from the co-op mission website. Anyways, it is when the 4th anniversary was coming out. But let's go through the anniversary Sugo-Fest last year, right? So the first multi-pull last year was 30 rainbow gems on the first multi-pull, and that was available on all parts, which meant that every time a new part would start, you can still do a 30 gem multi. Remember, last year's Sugo-Fest was also 3 times legend rate. I did mention it the last video yesterday, but you know, throughout 2019 we did get a slight buff to our legend rates, so technically the Kaido Sugo-Fest will have a very, very slightly higher legend rate compared to last year. Not by much though, but very, very similar. But with the fact that we have discounts on multi 1 means that, you know, as I said, every time, you know, part 1 then goes to part 2, then to part 3, you can do the discounted multis all across the way, and especially when all 3 parts return at the same time, you can then do all the discounts once again. Now, just quickly going over to the current anniversary that's about to drop, there's no discounted multi-pull, which means that you can't go ahead and do, you know, 3 multis for 90 gems and get 60 gems discounted. You cannot do that. No discounts. However, all wanted posters are going to be 5-star or better. Now, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of people would have much preferred for it to be a discounted multi-pull. You know, this 5-star or better is kind of whack, dude. It really depends, right? Because if this ultimately increases the rates to pull some of the newer characters, I'd be all for it. But judging by the way that they deal with rates in One Piece Treasure Cruise Global specifically, I doubt that's going to be the case. Anyways, let's continue on through last year's anniversary. The second multi in last year's anniversary on part 1 only, there was a little bit different between parts for the second multi, but on the first part, you get a guaranteed selected pool Sugo-Fest exclusive. Now, this selected pool did include both of the brand new debuting legends with V1 Big Mom and Legend Brook. Now, I believe on this second multi, they had a relatively lower rate compared to when you could just pull them in a regular multi, but the chance was still there, and on top of that, you still had a chance to get some of these other characters. Now, I know some of these other characters are very, very bad now, but you know, just the fact that there is that opportunity to get a shot at these brand new legends, or you know, you still walk away with a Sugo-Fest exclusive character, and I know many players out there still don't have some of these characters, so I think that having this opportunity to spend 80 gems, and you're guaranteed at least one of these units is still pretty good. And then quickly going over here, the second multi on the current anniversary is just a guaranteed rate boosted character, which can include obviously all the new characters that are releasing, but that also can include any other regular rare recruits that are boosted or any other reds that are also boosted on that given part. So look, I think this multi is just better. This multi to get the guaranteed selected pool is just better. The third multi is just a guaranteed legend, which is the same. The fourth multi is also 30 rainbow gems, and this is also for every single part, meaning that you can do the 4 multis regularly if you're doing 4 multis, you know, without any discounts. That's 200 rainbow gems. With the 2 discounts, you get 40 gems discounted, so 4 multis for 160 rainbow gems is pretty awesome, right? That means that without discounts, it's basically getting like a multi almost for free, because, you know, 3 multis regularly is 150, spend an extra 10 gems, 160, gives you 4 multis, is kind of crazy for an anniversary, and considering it is an anniversary celebration, this makes sense to have discounts, make the summons a little bit cheaper, and also give a lot of guaranteed steps. So that's really, really nice that they had that. The 6th multi, guaranteed legend. The 8th multi, guaranteed legend. The 9th multi, on part 1 only, is the brand new quick whitebeard global first that was guaranteed. This is one of the big selling points of these Sugo-Fest. The fact that you can get a guaranteed, powerful, top tier character on this Sugo-Fest was phenomenal. And like looking at it now, quick whitebeard legitimately, even on release of Big Mom and Brook, whitebeard was better than the anniversary legends themselves, which is freaking crazy to think about, right? This character, the fact that they gave it to us early is insane, and he was guaranteed as well. This is a fantastic idea. I really am so happy that they did that. But it's unfortunate that we don't get anything like this for this year's anniversary. It would have been really, really nice if they did something like that. Even if they went all the way back to the 3rd anniversary. On the 3rd anniversary with Lucy's release, you could do 6 multis and you could get guaranteed V2 Lore 6+. Now, V2 Lore 6+ was like fast-tracked for global because obviously our anniversary is in February, and that V2 Lore 6+ came out on New Year's for JP. So the fact that we only had 2 months and it was already out on global and he was guaranteed as well was freaking awesome. So it's just super strange that they're not doing anything like this for our 5th anniversary Sugo-Fest, and I can understand why people are kind of upset, because just comparing the new Sugo-Fest to stuff that we've had previously, it's such a humongous difference, right? Now we get into towards the end of the steps here. The 10th 10+1 rare recruit would give you a guaranteed recommended Sugo-Fest exclusive character. Now, recommended, I guess you could almost compare it to a limited pool, but the thing is, recommended Sugo-Fest exclusive, that means that, you know, when you're on a Sugo-Fest tavern and you click the recommended characters to scroll through what characters are featured on that banner, it's guaranteed to be one of those reds. Now, typically, the recommended characters list is relatively small, so I think if you compare a limited pool to a recommended Sugo-Fest exclusive character, I think the recommended character is a more restricted pool. I don't know, I'll have to do a little bit more research about that one, but either way, it's very similar to just being a limited pool. I don't remember how many characters were actually on the recommended list last time, but typically recommended lists are very, very small. And then the 12th 10+1 rare recruit, again, is another recommended, guaranteed recommended legend with max special level. Now, we'll go back to that later. That is also interesting. And then the 15th multi-poll is also a recommended Sugo-Fest exclusive with max special level. Now, continuing on from that, what we mentioned earlier with the second multi, how you get a guaranteed red from one of these characters on the second multi, but that was only for part 1. The thing about it is that there was a little bit of difference between parts 2 and 3, right? So for part 2, on the second multi, you would get this brand new Log Ace, and to this day, this Log Ace is still used. He has amazing utility, orb manipulation, he is perfect. He is such a perfect unit, especially for this quick whitebeard team. A lot of people, you know, might not use him for the quick whitebeard team, but like, this dude has so much utility. He removes special bind as well, he removes paralysis, I think he removes damage threshold as well. I know he gets rid of block orbs, I think maybe bomb orbs as well. He reduces your HP. He's such a good unit. He is so powerful as a regular 5-star rare recruit character. And then on part 3, you could do 2 multis, which again, remember, the first multi is discounted, so it only costs 80 rainbow gems to get this character guaranteed, is Vivi. Now, Vivi was a little bit of a less viable character. She's an orb booster. She does still reduce your HP. I think she might be an orb manipulator as well. So yeah, this Vivi being pretty cool. And that's one of the cool things that they had, not only in this Sugo-Fest, but even the year before it, in the 3rd anniversary, you could get the guaranteed VV and Rogue, I think it was, the kimono versions of those characters. And this was pretty cool, right? Because these were previously log rare recruit characters that were available. I think they were available in Japan, but you know, there was a big drama with those log characters that had to change their artworks to fulfill licensing or something like that. No one really knows the situation as to why they did it, but for some reason, during this Sugo-Fest for Global's anniversary, during their 5th anniversary, we don't have any special time, limited time characters. We do not have any Global First Super Evolution. We don't have any Global First Legend or anything. We don't have anything. Like, it's literally just the new batch. Only 4 new characters are arriving with this Sugo-Fest. Speed, Hold'em, Jack, and Kaido. Which I think is very bizarre, considering, you know, we had a full batch with Big Mom. This was a double Legend release, mind you. And then we had another Legend on top of that with Quick Whitebeard. And we also had the Ace and Vivi. So just comparing, not even just the steps now, just in terms of what the Sugo-Fest brings to the game, there's already a big discrepancy between the two. So let's just quickly go through once again the 5th anniversary, and then you guys can just see for yourself how much different it is. So of course, the first multi, 5-star or better, we already talked about that. No discount, but 5-star or better. As I said, don't really know if the rates are going to be influenced by that. That's going to be very, very interesting to see. The second multi is a rate boosted character guaranteed, which literally can be so many characters. The third multi is a legend, which is fine, stock standard. The 5th multi, once again, is just a rate boosted character, and you can see there's nothing on the 4th multi, no discount there either. The 6th multi is a legend, which is stock standard. The 8th multi is also a legend, which is pretty stock standard. I mean, just comparing to this, we had 6 and 8 regular legends. 3 was a regular legend. Now, 10th is a limited pool Sugo-Fest exclusive, which again is very similar to the recommended list. It just depends on how many characters are actually on the recommended listings, and it also means it depends how many characters are on the limited pool listings. If there aren't that many characters, then this will be an amazing step. It really depends on how many characters are considered as limited pool. But you can see a big difference here is that on the 9th multi they had the Whitebeard, and we don't have anything on our 9th multi this time around, which is just very disappointing. 12th multi, another limited pool legend. 3 multis later on 15, another limited pool legend. 3 multis later, the 18th multi, another limited pool legend, and then 2 multis later, finishing off on the 20th multi, another limited pool Sugo-Fest exclusive character. Now, one thing I want to point out, now this was not listed on the actual banner itself for the Kaido banner, and I noticed it straight away. When you pull these limited pool legends, they don't even come with max skill. And 12th and 15th multi last year, they come with max skill. So I don't know if that was a graphical error or that's legitimately not happening. But we're not even getting max skill limited pool legends, which is pretty bizarre. Now, for an endgame player like myself, the fact that they don't come at max skill isn't really a big issue. We have plenty of Almighty manuals. They're pretty easily accessible for an endgame player. But it's just bizarre to think about. So that's the main problem here is, number one, there are no discounts, which is a big bummer, especially for players that like to do those discounts every time the parts reset. And especially like myself, right? If I'm in a situation where I still haven't pulled a certain character, I like doing those discounts. It gives me a chance, and, you know, especially on a 3x legend rate, you're bound to get a red or two, you know, in some of those discounted multis. So those discounted multis are very valuable to have, and the fact that they're not here, definitely, it's going to pull the pin on a lot of people's decision to pull. A lot of people are just going to say, stuff it, I'm not even going to pull, right? The fact that that they would have the discounts, it tempts players into spending money to doing those discounts. The fact that they're not there is absolutely bizarre to me. And then, of course, the one that I said before, the fact that there are no special edition limited time characters. Like, I know that there are definitely some log characters that still need to be revamped to be introduced into Global. I know the one that a lot of people talk about is the log Bon Clay rare recruit. He should be revamped and reintroduced into the game. And the thing about it is there are lots of those log artworks that haven't even been introduced into One Piece Treasure Cruise yet. So the fact that they could just revamp their artworks and release them as limited time characters, it makes perfect sense. There's like a Boa Hancock, there's Buggy, there's who else is there? There's another Usopp's, you know, there's so many characters, Trafalgar Law, Eustace Kid. There's a lot of different options that they could do in terms of these limited time characters, and I don't understand why they've done it. the thing about it is, right, is I actually had a look at Japan's structure for their Kaido release, and the thing about it is that they had on step 6 and on step 9, they actually had a limited pool legend on step 6 and 9. We have to go all the way to 10 to get our first limited pool legend. So that also goes to show the massive differences between the 5th anniversary and just like last year's anniversary, Japan's Kaido release, man. It's just absurd, man. It is so absurd that we're getting a structure like this for the biggest celebration of the year. So I just wanted to make this video to break down the reasons why people are feeling upset. Hopefully you guys completely understand that. If you guys have any discrepancies or, you know, have any opinions about this, let me know down below in the comment section. But anyways, I'll see you guys when the Sugo-Fest comes out. Obviously, I'm complaining about all of this stuff, but I'm still going to be summoning because you guys love to see summons, of course. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.